I mean, wow. Peacemaker is great.
Very funny.
Yes. John Cena is
amazing.
A great actor.
He is. Oh, he's really Peacemaker is like the Deadpool of the DC universe. Like as the first few minutes watching the show, I was like, oh, he's basically Deadpool.
Deadpool without the fourth wall breaking. That's about it.
Like, yeah. I mean, when he talks to the janitor in the hospital and he's like, fuck Aquaman. You know he fucks fish, right? He's like, he's not. And I was like, he's Deadpool.
Why is
that's something Deadpool would say.
Why is he telling this janitor's life story too?
Yeah.
Oh, like, the police are after me. Like, why are you telling me this?
And of course, we see John Cena's ass in the first 60 seconds of the show. And again, it looks fake. Like, his body doesn't look real.
But
because he's like a mini Hulk.
I think he is a mini Hulk, though.
He is a mini Hulk. I do like that it started with previously in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And they recapped the movie.
So, I mean, it shows you it lives in that universe, you know? It's
course.
Really great.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a continuation. But I like how he walked out of the hospital in the Peacemaker outfit. But how about that intro, though?
I'll admit, had the intro credits been the first thing I had seen for Peacemaker, I'd have been like, I can't watch this show.
What do you mean? The intro was amazing.
You like that?
It's hilarious. Yes.
That was so...
It's a comedy. The show's a comedy.
That was so fucking goofy. I was like, no.
It was goofy.
I'm out.
It was goofy, but I loved it. I don't feel like we should really recap like everything. Like, I could care less about the plot of this show. I'm just in it for the comedy and the funny lines.
Sure.
Like Project Butterfly? Am I fighting a Mothra? That was great.
He was looking for the giant Mothra. That's
because he was like, well, the last thing was Project Starfish, and
right.
that ended up being a giant starfish. So am I fighting a Mothra?
I loved the
so many good lines
when he was checking his voicemails. And it was Vigilante.
Yeah.
It's your best friend, Vigilante. P in the V.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, I just realized I said P in the V in our last message.
Yeah.
I didn't mean like you were the penis and I'm the Vigilante.
Right.
It's so great. Like, I want to see a movie of an episode of just Vigilante and Peacemaker. It sounds hilarious.
We were talking about it earlier, and you didn't realize that Vigilante is the kid that works at the restaurant that was super psyched to see Peacemaker back.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, of course. So I'm curious to the fans, did you all know? I assume we all knew, and Josh is probably the only one that didn't know.
Just Josh apparently.
Didn't realize it.
It was just Josh, because I was like, that's kind of weird. Why is he so hyped to see Peacemaker?
Yeah, of course.
He's just a big Peacemaker mark, I guess.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, he is, but he's also Vigilante.
It's just great. No, I love it.
Peacemaker's dad is played by Robert Patrick, and he's an asshole and a racist and a sexist and a real piece of shit.
And apparently, I mean, we'll find out in the next episode, but apparently I might be, a member of the KKK. Who knows?
Well, he's got his own white supremacist thing going on. But it's funny because in the first Marine movie starring John Cena, Robert Patrick played the villain.
Oh.
And now he's playing John Cena's dad.
Who's also a villain.
Yes.
Of sorts.
And his dad makes the Peacemaker helmets. We don't know like how or why, but
it's some type of weird garage where morphs into something else.
Yeah.
Like they go into a different universe or something like that.
And Peacemaker needed a new helmet because he gave the old one to the taxi driver because he couldn't pay him for the ride. And he also has a pet eagle that he named Eagly.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
And it hugs him. And I was like, is that eagle a robot? Or like, is it a robot and he doesn't know it's a robot? Because like, why is it hugging him? You know?
It's a real eagle.
I feel like that might be a twist where we find out the eagle's a robot. You know?
Controlled by his dad or something.
Yeah, and he doesn't know it. Like, he's too stupid.
Oh, poor John Cena.
Yeah. Another line I liked, I have a big dick, but it's too big. It causes people pain.
The kids in junior high called me chimp arm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, did we see enough of John Cena's Tidy Whities, or maybe we should see more? I mean, I'm pro John Cena Tidy Whities, right?
Of course. We see a lot more than just Tidy Whities. Jesus.
Right.
Then he falls in love with Agent Harcourt after seeing her beat up a guy at a bar. But, he's just a dumb idiot.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to talk to women. And then he tells you, he's like, look, I've been in prison the last 4 years. I haven't been with anyone. Well, I haven't been with any woman in a long time.
He's great at playing this comedy role for sure.
Yeah. And then Peacemaker fucks some girl from the bar. And that's where we just see John Cena's entire naked body, along with hers. She was pretty hot. Mm-hmm. And they're just like fucking standing up. And when he orgasms, he yells, "Freedom!"
That's great. Of all the things to yell on a passionate night of sex,
yeah,
freedom's the last thing that I think I'd ever yell.
Freedom. And then he uses her vibrator as a microphone to do some karaoke. Then she tries to murder him with her superhuman strength because she's a butterfly, whatever that is.
Whatever. That came out of nowhere.
Some sort of metahuman. That did throw me off. I did not expect that at all. When she grabbed the knife, I thought she was going to think that he was like a psycho who like wouldn't leave. Like, yeah, you had sex, now leave her apartment.
Right.
Like, get out of here. You're freaking me out.
It got darker.
But no, she's a meta-human or whatever the fuck.
That was the only thing that didn't make sense in this episode was like, where the fuck did that come from? How didn't he know that she was a meta-human? Like, you'd like that during
He didn't know. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how didn't he? Like, you'd think during passionate sex, like, you might be able to pick up on a few things about the lady that you're fucking. You know, like she might be a metahuman.
But we saw them have sex, and she didn't come off metahuman-y.
That's what I'm saying. You'd like to think you could pick something like that up.
But he didn't. He couldn't.
Is it because he's dumb or because she can turn it on or off?
You didn't pick it up either.
I didn't pick it up either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was on purpose. The show doesn't have to make sense. I mean, that part made, like, it was fine, but the show is not about plot. It's just about character. It's about
a lot
John
of one-liners.
Cena. A lot of one-liners. Yes. But he eventually blows her up with his helmet after activating Sonic Boom.
Yes.
Which she just explodes.
So I guess that helmet that he gave to the cab driver is probably pretty valuable.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what that one does. But all the helmets do different things.
That's pretty interesting.
And then the post-credits scene, the dad's like, this one will give you scabies. He's like, why would I want scabies? He's like, every man should have scabies once in his life. It was just like, okay.
That's random.
That's all the helmet does? It gives you scabies? Strange.
Very.
But then, we go to episode 2. It picks off right where the last one left off. And Peacemaker calls Harcourt. He's like, I hooked up with a chick. And I'm not saying that to make you jealous. But it's some kind of metahuman or what the fuck. But so the police show up and he breaks into a couple's apartment.
Listen, every single second of John Cena trying to escape that apartment complex was gold.
It was.
Every single second.
Yeah.
From the moment that he was trying to bang, or the wife was trying to bang John Cena, to him falling down the stairs. Hilarious.
He breaks into a couple's apartment and ties them up, but the wife clearly wants to fuck him. Then he did a terrible job of jumping down the balconies to get to the ground, just like face planting every single time.
And you see the two agents in the back. Ooh,
yeah.
Fuck. So funny.
And we find out that Peacemaker left the file of the person he was supposed to kill at the girl's apartment, and she read it. So
that gave her powers?
No, it didn't give her powers, but whatever. And the guy that's in charge of this whole team, he's like, you left it at that random girl's apartment that blew you? And he's like, she's not some random girl that blew me, man. We fully fucked.
And John Cena goes, do you think that lady left any monstrous STDs on my dick? Oh, man.
Yeah.
This is just like full throttle, the whole episode. Full throttle hilariousness.
Yeah. Hilariousness. That's a new word. I think.
It is.
I don't think that's a real word.
It's
but
okay.
Whatever.
It's a real word here.
No, but he's very mean to Computer Guy. Calls him, what was it? Diebeard?
Diebeard.
Diebeard. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's like, no.
I didn't know that was much of an insult, to be honest.
Well, it is if you have to dye your beard.
I guess.
You don't have to do it yet.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, then Peacemaker goes home and he cries in his bed about killing Rick Flag and being mean to Computer Guy. And that's where it's like...
Rick Flag was right.
That's where it's like they have to give him some sort of redemption arc.
Right.
Because he's the main protagonist and he really became the villain in Suicide Squad, killing Rick Flag. Although no one liked Rick Flag. I was kind of glad to see that character die because he was super lame. But... he cries, and then that's when Vigilante shows up, and And like, there's like this 2-minute thing where he's like, "Are you watching me? Are you jerking off watching me cry?
No, just turn around. I promise it's not my dick.
Look at my crotch, man. Look."
Apparently, that's a Louis C.K. thing. Louis C.K. was coming on people's faces or something.
You didn't even get the joke. So you're as clueless as Vigilante?
Yes.
You don't know anything about the Louis C.K. getting canceled.
No, I know he got canceled, but
Yeah.
is it because of what John Cena was saying?
Yes, not coming in people's faces.
He was telling chicks to turn around, then
he would bring women like into his room and then be like, "Hey, is it cool if I jerk off?" And then he would just jerk off in front of them, which makes no sense. I don't understand that at all.
No, it's kind of weird. But hey, if you're famous, you do what you gotta do, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, not you got to do what you got to do, but I mean, like some people have weird fetishes or whatever. Who knows? These people are
Maybe he
strange.
was like, they probably won't let me fuck them, but they'll be okay if I masturbate. I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows?
It's strange. I don't want to see.
We're adding
I don't
logic
want
to
anyone.
places that-
I don't want anyone to see me do that. So that's just, yeah. I don't know, but so they go to the woods and they have target practice and they almost blow each other up.
I love this relationship between these two guys.
Yeah, and then they fuck some girl together. Some girl, I don't know. They both fucked her though.
They were passing I guess it was weed, and then vigilantes
Yeah.
at the end. I was like, oh shit! They just had a threesome. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, thankfully we don't see the threesome.
Although
but
that might come in a later episode.
know they had a threesome. Yeah, and then computer guy, for some reason, as smart as he is with computers, he decided to frame Peacemaker's dad for killing the butterfly.
I'm with the special agent on that one.
I think you're with everyone is.
You could put anybody in the world right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you put the dad of the person who was actually there. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so strange.
So, Daddy Peacemaker goes to jail, where he is known as the White Dragon, the leader of a white supremacist group in jail.
Yeah, it looked like they were about to jump him for a second, but as soon as he sits down,
No.
they all...
When they all
pledge
got on their
allegiance.
knees, I was like, are they all about to blow him? Like, what's going on? And then they
so
did
strange.
the
Hail
Nazi
Hitler,
salute, but to him.
Yeah, that was off-putting.
So I wonder what that's going to lead to. Like, is he going to break out of jail? Like, what's going to happen with that?
Well,
Because we don't have. I mean, if you would say who's the villain of this show right now, it's him. Like 2 episodes in, we know there's 4 episodes out right now. We've only watched the first 2, but as of right now, he's the
Right.
main villain.
well, we don't know anything about who's controlling these butterflies or anything.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's
and
John
then
Cena's
Amanda
dad.
Waller's daughter is working on the team,
Right,
but she's like a good person, unlike Amanda Waller. So
right.
we don't know what's going to happen with her.
But is the main villain the person who's controlling the butterflies, or is it John Cena's dad?
Right,
I
that's
don't
what
know.
I'm saying. We don't know
That's
yet.
what I'm kind of confused about. John Cena's dad does seem like maybe like Peacemaker back in like the 60s or something like that was
Right.
like an asshole
Yeah,
and like a really bad guy, like a villain.
yeah.
But maybe like this Peacemaker is a redemption. Like maybe he's a better guy and maybe he defeats his dad in the end or something like that.
Probably.
Who knows?
But this was a great continuation from the Suicide Squad, which I
Yes.
want to see the movie again, and it's on HBO Max, so you can watch it whenever.
Yeah.
But yeah, really looking forward to this. We're gonna do episodes 3 and 4 next week, maybe 5 if we have time. We'll see, but definitely at least 3 and 4. And there's 8 total episodes, so we'll be talking about Peacemaker for quite a few weeks.
I'm gonna miss it when it's gone.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, very funny.
Very fun.
But yeah, so thanks for telling us to watch. I mean, I think we were planning on watching it at some point, but we had to recap Kingsman. I didn't know the Kingsman was going to be this dog shit movie.
I would rather do Kingsman. I would rather do Peacemaker every day of the week than Kingsman.
well,
that's
of
for sure.
course, of course. But it was a big movie in theaters. We had to watch it. I'm sorry. Except for Scream. Fuck Scream. All right, fan questions.